Hello my friends, welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I am Travis. I thank you for checking out this video. Hey, real quick, if you're somebody new to this channel and you're not subscribed yet, I ask that you please take a couple seconds and consider subscribing to this channel for pro wrestling content. We post weekly. I'm going to have another video coming out after the King and the Queen of the Ring pay-per-view in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, because I truly believe something big is going to happen there, so you're going to want to be here and get in on the conversation that we're all having here in the comments. Today I'm going to talk about something a little off topic here. It's still wrestling related, of course, but it's something that I hadn't thought about doing until just recently, within the past day or two. But first, before I get into that, I got to shout out Bray Wyatt, man. Today would have been his birthday. He would have been 37 years old today. It is May 23rd today. So in addition to the comments you may leave in this video, I ask that you please, it'd be cool if you just left something different here. I'm going to ask if you would leave a separate comment saying RIP Bray. I think it'd be really cool to see the community come together here and acknowledge a man who was, I mean, truly a generational talent. Like, there is nobody that can match up to Bray Wyatt, in my opinion. And, you know, Bray Wyatts don't grow on trees. So, yeah, it sorely missed. He is. He was one of my favorites. He was great. And all day today at work, I came across videos about Bray, things he's done in his career and stuff. And I was like, man, I miss that guy. Today, in this video, I want to talk about AJ Styles. There have been some rumors that he is going to be retiring. So I kind of want to get into a little bit of maybe what he could do if he didn't retire. I know that there are reports that his contract will end at some point this year. I couldn't find whether it was at the end of the year, in the middle of the year, or around this time. I don't think it's ending right now. He is, last time I checked, which was a couple days ago, he is 46 years old. And realistically in life, that's not old, but in wrestling, it could be old to some people. Like, there's some people out there who are like 30 that look like they're 60. AJ Styles, on the other hand, this dude looks like he is late 20s. I mean, AJ Styles has returned last year, and he looks even bigger and jacked more than ever. He looks like he's in, no pun intended, or maybe pun intended, phenomenal shape. This guy is incredibly looking. And that sounds weird, but just go with it. He is jacked. He looks great. He still moves as good as he's ever moved, if not better. I mean, this guy is unbelievable for 46. You would have never guessed it. I would like to think that he didn't just come back looking the way he does, in the best shape of his life, to just ultimately retire maybe just a year later. Whether he's unsigned or currently in contract negotiations, I hope he would stay with WWE. I really do enjoy AJ. I understand that, you know, it's been a few years where he's actually been booked like properly or won championships. I still think that could change. AJ Styles, if AJ Styles were to beat Cody Rhodes in a couple months, I don't think anybody would be devastated or truly surprised. I mean, AJ Styles is a main event type guy. He just hasn't been used that way. I mean, understandably so. They're trying to create new stars, and you know, he's kind of taken a little bit of a back seat, usually putting over other people like he just did with Cody Rhodes. He hinted at something on SmackDown saying he's got to talk to Nick Aldis and see what the future may hold for him. I think that might be just a tease. I don't know if he's re-signed. I mean, if AJ Styles were to leave WWE, I'm trying to think of this now in like, going off of a quote he left, I think it was around WrestleMania, where he said that, you know, he knows the time is coming soon. He knows his time is closing in. The end is coming for his career. And but he did mention that he would like to have a good story or be in a meaningful story on the way out. He wouldn't want to just leave, which I fully respect it, and I think they could definitely do that for him. Granted, I don't know if AJ Styles retiring is going to be this year or next year, or maybe he goes until he's 50, which gives us another 3-4 years. But I could see WWE giving him a meaningful feud or story going into his retirement, and we're going to get into that in just a few seconds. But I remember in that quote, AJ Styles said that he doesn't want to be one of those guys who looks back and is just like, man, I should have retired sooner because my body, I can't move like I used to. AJ Styles still moves very well. So I think he's still got a lot left in the tank. I think him just saying that on SmackDown's kind of just a tease. I hope WWE re-signs him. If they don't, though, and he becomes a free agent, do I think will he go anywhere else? I don't. You know what? Thinking about it, I don't think he would truly rule out maybe an appearance or two at TNA just to get the closure. Maybe. I don't. I mean, I kind of doubt it. I don't think he would. I don't know if he would go to AEW, although I feel like if he went to AEW, Tony Khan would have no other choice but to put him in the top position. I mean, it's AJ freaking Styles, dude. So, but AEW has had a very, already a long history, and they've only been around for 5 or 6 years. They already have a long history of not really utilizing the people that should be main eventers and not really booking that well either. So I don't know if AJ wants that for his career. I think if he goes to AEW, it'd be more of like an Adam Copeland, Edge type thing where he's going just because he truly still loves wrestling and he had nothing to do in WWE and they didn't want to re-sign him and he wants to continue his passion to wrestle. So I don't think that's the case, especially with him acknowledging that his time is almost coming to an end. So I hope WWE does the effort in re-signing him. I think AJ's still got a lot left to show. I mean, he is in amazing shape, like we've mentioned. I think this is the best shape he's ever been in his life. As far as the way he moves, maybe not the way he used to move when he was 20, but AJ Styles can go, man. He can still go. What I would like to see if he does stay is just get another... I hope he would get another 1 or 2 title reigns, at least. WWE Championship or maybe over on Raw, a World Heavyweight Championship on the next draft or something. Or I'm not against him actually reuniting with the OC because I feel like he hasn't even done anything with the OC. I feel like they put them together a few times and nothing ever really came from it. I know OC's been kind of messing around in NXT, but I would love it if OC came back up or they did double work and AJ could have them on his side or in his corner and they could be a nice faction, a trio, or even if they want to keep Mia Yim in there. I would like to see the OC do something. I am a fan of Gallows and Anderson. I wish they would use them better than what they do now. I don't know why they don't use them the way I think they should be used, but I don't know. I think Triple H likes them. I don't know why he wouldn't. So I don't know what's the deal with that, but... I feel like when the OC doesn't have AJ, the OC is just directionless. They don't go anywhere. Gallows and Anderson, they don't go anywhere. So you put them all three together, who knows what could happen? You can get some cool feuds, feud of the bloodline, something. There are more factions today than there were a few years ago when AJ Styles and the OC were together, so maybe we can do something with that. As far as a meaningful story before AJ Styles goes, it would be cool to see AJ in like a feud with, I know we've seen it already, but LA Knight, you got a couple of guys who have a long history with one another. AJ Styles versus Nick Aldis would be a very cool one to see. Because I feel like Nick Aldis, his in-ring career, I feel like it's not over. I feel like he can still put on a pair of trunks and get out there and a pair of boots and get out there. And I feel like that time is coming at some point. I don't know. I just feel like we can get Nick Aldis versus like Cody because they have a long history, Cody and Aldis, or maybe Aldis versus AJ Styles, and hear me out because I know a lot of people are going to crap on this and not like it, AJ Styles versus CM Punk. Now, I know there's some people who don't like CM Punk. I get it. But just hear me out. AJ Styles, tell me this wouldn't be a meaningful, actual cool story before AJ Styles leaves, right? For good, and then retires. AJ Styles and CM Punk have never faced one another. They were always different companies or different, spots in their careers at different times. They are both huge names. WWE would make a ton of money promoting these two against one another just because they've never faced one another. And then not only that, if you want to peel the curtain back and get into real life stuff, AJ Styles has never liked CM Punk legitimately. He has never liked him. Never liked him. Didn't want him in WWE, didn't want to talk to him, didn't want to wrestle him, didn't want to do any of that. But recently, AJ Styles kind of walked that back a little bit in recent interviews. With CM Punk's return to WWE, I think AJ Styles has kind of seen that maybe his perception and his idea of what CM Punk was not maybe what he thought it was. And so now, or maybe CM Punk has just grown up a little bit. It is possible. People can grow up. So I think with that, AJ Styles is more open to CM Punk versus AJ Styles. I think they would tell amazing stories. They both would cut some good promos on one another. You can use real life heat that they didn't like each other, or you can still kind of tell everybody that they still don't like each other. I think it'd be a very cool, meaningful feud on the way out for AJ Styles. I'm not against it at all. In fact, I kind of want it. I kind of want that match over everything else. You give me AJ Styles versus CM Punk at next year's WrestleMania, and I'm hooked. I'm ready for it. We got to see how the health goes for CM Punk here. But whether it's at WrestleMania or not, it has to be at a big pay-per-view. And you know what? Selfishly, I wouldn't want it just to be a one and done. I would want them to have like a series of matches, maybe 3 or something. But who knows? I will take one if they're going to give us one. But I have to see CM Punk versus AJ Styles before AJ Styles retires or before CM Punk is done wrestling. I have to see it. And you can add that on the list of how many opponents I want to see CM Punk face. I want to see Punk face Jey Uso. I want to see him face Cody Rhodes. I want to see him face Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. I want to see him face LA Knight. I want to see him face Randy Orton again. I want to see him face AJ Styles. There's a bunch of people I want to see Punk face, but if I had to move AJ Styles up that entire list just so I know for sure I can get that match, I'm doing it. That's it for right now, guys. It was a quick video today. I'm going to put out another video. I want to put out a video after SmackDown, but usually before a big international overseas type of pay-per-view or PLE, they don't really put on an amazing SmackDown. So if there are things to talk about on SmackDown, we'll get into it. I'll make a video. But I definitely will be putting out a video after the PLE in Saudi Arabia that's happening this weekend. I cannot wait for it. It's only a couple of days away. For me, Eastern Standard Time, I will be at 1 p.m. that the pay-per-view or PLE starts on Saturday. So after that, once it's done, I will be putting out a video, and I hope to see you all back here so we can all talk about what we saw, what we watched, because I do feel like something big is going to happen at this PLE. Hint, hint, the Wyatt 6 or whatever the hell they want to call themselves. I feel like that's coming this weekend, and I think it's going to blow up, and I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it, but I hope that you all make it back here on this channel to watch that and talk about it with me. Until then, my friends, have a great rest of your week. We're so close to the weekend, man. Oh, and here in the United States, we got Memorial Day. Oh, man, I'll get that extra day off of work is going to hit. Until we yeet again, my friends, stay bitter.